All right, we're gonna get started on our animal eye prints. I have this book here that we can just look at some of the differences with the eyes. What I want you to notice is the different shapes that you can use to form your eyes, the different textures that are in the eyes. Our print is just going to be using the eye part, not the mouth or the nose. We're just focusing on the eyes. We're gonna just investigate some different kinds. You can choose any animal's eyes, and I want you to draw from observation how you see the eyes. Here we have this kind of teardrop shape, another shape around it. We're gonna have a front view here of both eyeballs. Look at this pupil, very different. A lot of texture going on in the iris part. Even going around, you have these cones, sphere, cone, sphere, all around the eyeball. It's a gecko's. So, when you decided what you're going to do, if you want on Google, you can save your image in your Google Doc and you can crop it so you can just focus on the eyeball part and then draw from that observation. I'm just going to use this book here to do my demonstration. I'll start out with that one. So, my paper is as large as my foam plate will be. We are going to be carving into this, rolling ink on it and printing it. So I can go ahead and fold this in half and find my halfway point, because I know whatever I have on one side needs to be on the other, my eyeballs. I'm going to try to do this gecko one. So I see here is a circle, and I'm just doing this lightly in case I need to erase anything. It's a circle with another circle around it. I'm going to start doing a little darker just so you can see, but you're just kind of sketching this out. Here we have this, it's kind of like a curve, and now it comes to a point. Wavy line, and it's black, so I'll color it in solid. Then I have these lots of texture and details around here, like cone shapes. The last bit of texture are these zigzag lines in between. Now what I've done on this side, I'm going to do on this side, because we want symmetry. So I'll repeat what I just did. And if it's not exact. That's okay. Doesn't need to be exactly perfect. Now you're going to look at any other details you can add. On my gorilla eyes, I noticed he had some fur, so I was looking to see which way the fur was growing, and on my picture it showed it was growing up and out, and this the bridge of his nose was coming down. It's hard to tell on the gecko. I think it would just be scales, so I can just draw some scaly looking shapes here. If you had a bird, you would think about the feathers. All right, once you're done with that, you're gonna get your foam plate. We are gonna secure our sketch to our plate. You're gonna have 2 pieces of tape. Line up your sketch on top of the foam. 1 piece of tape will go in one corner, wrap around the back of the foam. The other piece will go in the other top corner, wrap around, so then we can see, we can draw and keep flipping back and forth. Now we're going to get a pen and we're going to trace over all these lines. Pressing into the foam slowly and carefully. Any areas that are solid, we will color in. I'm going to do a better job with that when I'm done. In fact, I'm probably going to color this circle in too. Some of my paper's ripping, and that is all right. And you can see wherever I've drawn is now indented. So I'm going to continue doing that. Okay, now that I've traced over all my pencil lines, I am going to retrace just to make them crisper and more solid with my pen. And any areas that you want darker. This will give it some nice contrast if you have some areas with different lines, thicker, darker. Alright, you should have something like this. I decided to color in some areas to give it more contrast. That'll make my print a little bit more appealing. We're going to get ready for printmaking. Alright, we are going to be printing on black paper with white ink. Go ahead and write your name. It's important to keep your area clean. I'm going to use this little messy mat here. All right, what we have here is printing ink. We're going to put this on our foam plate, and this is called a brayer. We are going to just roll our ink until it's sticky and shiny. So I'm going to do vertical, turn my plate horizontal. We're just preparing our ink. You don't want to go too much. It's hard to see with this because it's white on white, but you want it to be shiny. If it starts looking dull, then you've rolled too much and your ink is dry. Go slowly to pull your ink off the plate. Roll it on to your foam. If you go fast, it will pull the ink right off. Your first print is not always your best one. Gotta kind of get the plate juicy. So now I'm checking. I think I got all my edges and inside. I'm gonna lay my paper on top, place it, and press, making sure I get all the edges. You can feel where they are. You can take kind of peeks, see how you did. When you're done, this is called pooling a print. This one didn't turn out too bad, but I noticed that I can get some more ink around my eyes. So I'll go ahead, write my name on the next one, and I'm going to redo this. I'm going to get some more ink. Roll it out again. We're looking for sticky and shiny. Roll it on your foam. Remember to go slow. I'm rolling on my foam vertically and horizontally. When I think I have everything, you're going to grab your paper again, line it up. Once you place it, you cannot lift it back up or you'll get a ghost print. It'll be like a blur. Take a peek. That one turned out better. You can see the difference. It was really light through here and now that's a little bit better. So we learned about printmaking. We have emphasis. Our eyes are nice and big and the viewer can notice them. We have contrast between where we have our thin lines and our thicker lines. And we learned all about printmaking with our brayer and our printmaking ink and the process.